Second, play third. The National League playoff final at Wembley is between the two top-ranked teams left. Harrogate Town battle Notts County at the National Stadium for a spot in the Football League. And speaking before the game, manager Neil Ardley said he wanted to make sure nerves were not a factor for his players.
Everything's in place now for them to just turn up and play football. And that's all you can do is try and make it so that they turn up, they play a game of football, but they're very aware of the best way that the best chance they're going to have of winning that game of football. So we'll try and get all that into them. And then on the day, if they're as prepared as they can be, my first part of my job's done and it's over to them.
But after the season Notts have had, a fairy tale story didn't quite have a dream ending for the Magpies. Notts played poorly in the first half, with George Thompson netting for Harrogate inside the opening 5 minutes. And that rather set the tone, with Town doubling their lead shortly after the drinks break, Connor Hall scoring from close range after a free kick. Harrogate should have been 4 or 5 up at the break, and it all looked rather bleak for the Magpies. But Notts came out in the second half all guns blazing, with Cal Roberts curling in a sublime free kick on the edge of the box shortly after the restart. Notts had good chances in a following 15-minute spell, but Harrogate then regained control. And after the second drinks break, Town put the game to bed, with Jack Diamond scoring from a quick counter-attack. Harrogate then saw the game out, including John Stead hitting the post for Town in injury time to consign the Magpies to another season in the National League. And after the game, Neil Ardley said he was devastated, adding that the goals Notts conceded were horrendous.
You look for 20 minutes, we had the right goal, but we had to be foot perfect. We had to be in the second half. We couldn't make any mistakes, and all 3 of their goals were, from our point of view, pretty horrendous. And, they had plenty of other chances that were out of character in the way we defend and do our work. So, on the occasion, we didn't perform. Harrogate did, and run out deserved winners.
Winger Cal Roberts said the Magpies didn't start how they should have and were ultimately punished for their errors. He said the Notts dressing room was not a good place to be after the game.
We knew they were going to start quick, they always do. We've watched footage on them. We didn't start how we wanted to start, and obviously when you're playing a good team like that, they're gonna punish you, and they did early on, and they got a second one. And then in the second half, we just had to give everything we did. The first 10-15 minutes we did. Thought we could have went on, but obviously the third goal's killed us off.
Notts are scheduled to start their second campaign in the National League on Saturday, October the 3rd. Jake Brigstock reporting for Notts TV.